You know, I tend not to get very controversial on this channel, but I have a feeling things are about to change. What's up, everybody? My name is Clint and welcome to the Tool Review Zone channel. Now, the Twitter universe, the Instagram, YouTube, they are blowing up with a new brand called Flex. Now, I want to make it abundantly clear I have nothing to do with Flex. We weren't invited to test any of their tools. They have absolutely no idea I am making this video, but there is a lot of controversy around this new tool brand. So we're going to talk about the controversy, some of the things that you've seen in their new release video, you know, people testing them and blah, 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 and why people are so upset about this new brand and if they have a reason to be. All right, so a little backstory. The Flex brand of tools carried by Lowe's now, they really released a whole lineup. They got drywall tools, they got grinders, saws, impact wrenches, impact drivers, drills, batteries, the whole thing. The company is owned by Shervon, who is also the owner of Ego and Skill Saw and Skill. They released a video of all the new power tools, which I will tell you was a little cheesy watching it on my end, but they also had a bunch of other YouTubers that posted their opinions about the tools and got to test them out. A lot of people outraged about this. So let's talk about the tools first. A lot of people upset because they came out with these tools, people are already invested in a brand, and they just started knocking the Flex. We don't need this, we have DeWalt, we have Milwaukee, we have Makita, blah, 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 blah. Now, I do want to state one thing. When Ego tools were released, and mind you, I have nothing to do with this brand, they have no idea I'm making this video. I'm not sticking up for them, I'm just giving you my opinion. When Ego tools was released, a lot of people slammed Ego tools. They came out of nowhere. They basically dominated the market, and they still continue to dominate the market when it comes to outdoor power equipment. They were laughed at. People didn't want anything to do with them. I have gas. Why would I go battery power? I already have this battery power. You know, my Makita takes 36 batteries, and I'm going to stick with that. And then all of a sudden, Ego just started dominating. And now they are on the top of the food chain when it comes to homeowner outdoor power equipment. They are leading the charge in not only the equipment and the options, but the technology. They're doing a phenomenal job. Now, that said, Flex to me simply looks like a homeowner brand of tools. It does not look like a heavy contractor grade. That said, I am skeptical to bash Flex at this point and saying that their tools are junk and I wouldn't buy them or I wouldn't switch brands or whatever, simply because of what Ego was able to prove. If Flex, which is operated and owned by the same people that run Ego and Skill Saw, are able to do with this brand what they did with those other brands, then I think you might have a force to be reckoned with. Homeowner or not, you have to start somewhere. And for me, it looks like they're starting out on a pretty good platform. Usually when a new brand comes out, they are trash, they are junk, but it also gives them room to grow. And even though I can't stand Lowe's, Lowe's carries them, which in my opinion states, hey, listen, they're a serious competitor and we're putting them in our stores. So, you know, there's that. Now, that said, if you were to ask me would I switch from a Milwaukee or a DeWalt or a Makita even, I would tell you, hell no, I wouldn't. But I would also give them time and let them grow. I think it's a good thing to have more companies out there on the market, and a lot of people stating that they don't need another tool brand. Why are they doing this? This doesn't make any sense. But if you think about it, if you only had the top dogs of Milwaukee, Makita, and DeWalt, well, then there's a monopoly, right? There's less to choose from, there's less competition, and you're stuck with higher prices. So I welcome any new company. It doesn't matter if it's Flex or Joe Schmo's Impact Driver Service. If they're coming out with tools and they're improving them and trying to make them better and get those into the people's hands and actually get work done with them and keep them affordable, and people coming into the trades maybe can't afford the top dogs like DeWalt, Milwaukee, or Makita, this could be a good option for them. So I'm not upset seeing a new tool brand. I'm actually excited to see a new tool brand, and I think as long as there's other people coming to the market, it keeps the other brands, the high dogs, the dogs up on the mountain here, on their toes and continues to make them develop new ideas, new technologies, and things only get better. So I'm not upset about that. Now, I do want to point out the one fact that there was a lot of people that got really upset when they seen YouTubers on that video. And here's the reality. Any niche that you watch, it doesn't matter if it's gaming, it doesn't matter if it's cameras or audio, this is what happens nowadays. People want to put products in YouTubers' hands to get them out to the public and see what they think. Now that said, I am going to call it like I see it. There were a couple YouTubers that I really respect and I watch their channels and I think they did a great job and I would listen to what they said and I would be, okay, yeah, this is some good information. If they think it's good, I will buy it. They also put a couple YouTubers, which I also will not mention any names, that I think were a complete joke. I think they were simply there to be promoted or spotlighted, and I would not let them hold my screwdriver while I was doing the work. But that said, even though I think a couple of the YouTube channels that they included on that video were an absolute embarrassment to the brand, some of the channels that they included on that brand are legit, and you can't hate on those YouTubers for being part of this. For example, you were part of this channel. We did not have access to the videos or the tools, and you missed out. But that said, if you were a subscriber to one of those other channels, you got, I'm just being honest with you, you got that access. You were able to see that video when it was ran. And that is a plus to being a subscriber. Now, I do want to point out, seeing a couple of the YouTubers that they put on that endorse those videos, I will never bring Flex to this channel. You will never see a Flex tool on this channel, simply because I think they just put a couple of those YouTubers on that video, those tool channels on that video, because they had a working relationship with them. And I do not respect that. If they would have kept it to some of the other more respectable YouTube channels, I'm not even talking about myself. If I've seen some other respectable YouTube channels, which there were a couple of them, right? There were a couple of them on there that I respect. But some of the other ones I didn't, and I simply cannot stand behind bringing those tools to, I just can't be associated with that. That said, you know, the YouTubers that I do respect that were on that video, you know, I can tell you for a fact, I talk to a lot of these guys, and the subscriber base is their number one thing. They will tell me straight out, the subscribers are the number one things, and all they want to do is bring you that information. And they're catching a lot of heat. And I'm not talking about anyone specifically, I'm just talking about in general. Anytime something like this happens, they catch a lot of heat because some people say, you're a sellout, I can't believe you, how much were you paid, and this and that. But if you don't bring the tools to the channel, then you don't know what you're doing, and you know, you should have, you know, been invited to this, or you should have, you know, participated, and you're not as serious as I thought you were, and blah, 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 blah. So it's a double-edged sword. You're either, you know, respected or you're not respected, and usually it's you're not respected, right? Anytime we bring a video together and we like a product, we're shills, and we, you know, we're paid by the company, which I can tell you that is never the case. And if we don't like a tool, we didn't know how to use it, we didn't know what we were talking about, we obviously had a vendetta against that company because we like the different company more. It's just a never-ending story. So even though, you know, there's a couple of channels that were featured on that video for the Flex tools that I think are just not good, I still can't hold that against them, you know. But that said, I see a lot of hate going towards these creators, and I don't think it's right. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, I do know, and I think are great guys and very honest guys, and they really do give you their honest opinion, and they're not going to jeopardize their channel, their subscriber base for a tool brand. I see a lot of hate going towards these creators, and I don't think it's right. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, I do know, and I think are great guys and very honest guys, and they really do give you their honest opinion, and they're not going to jeopardize their channel, their subscriber base for a tool brand. It's, honestly, I can tell you right out now, they're not getting paid for this. They are not getting paid for it. They're not getting compensated for it. And if they are, then they really need to pick different YouTubers. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there was a couple on there that I really do respect and like. There's a couple of them that I was just kind of scratching my head. I'm like, why are they on here? And there you go. All listen, at the end of the day, it's up to what you want to do. If you want to buy the tools, buy the tools. If you don't want to buy the tools, don't buy the tools. But I would at least give them a chance to see what they can do if they do hold up on the job site or if they don't hold up on the job site. And that's my opinion. So I want to know what you think. Leave me a comment in the comments section below. I love hearing your feedback, and especially about this topic. And I know you're probably tired of hearing about Flex tools, but this is a tool channel, and you know, we have to talk about it. There's a couple more videos right here for you to watch. If you're interested in tools, get subscribed, hit that bell notification. We upload multiple times a week. I always appreciate you stopping by, and we'll be back with more videos soon.